Namaste, Jai Hind and welcome to this edition of The Right Stand. I'm Anand Narasimhan. The temple for Ramlala will be inaugurated on the 22nd of January. The Muhurat has been fixed at 12:30 p.m. Earlier in the day, 4 members of the Ram Temple Trust actually went and met Prime Minister Narendra Modi and extended an invitation to him for him to be present at the inauguration of the temple and also at the time of Pran Pratishtha of Ramlala, and PM has personally accepted the invite and confirmed his attendance. So 22nd of January, 12:30 p.m. is the time. Meanwhile, Bharat is on track to surpass Japan and become the third largest global economy as per the S&P Global Market Intelligence. The projection of Bharat's GDP is $7.3 trillion by 2030. Bharat is currently the world's 5th largest economy. S&P Global reported that after experiencing 2 years of rapid economic growth in 2021 and 2022, we as a nation have maintained strong growth throughout the 2023 calendar year. The Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs has procured goods and services worth 685 crore rupees from the government's business to government public procurement portal, Government E-Marketplace. During the financial year 22-23, the Defence Ministry was the top buyer of MSME goods via the GEM portal. And in entertainment, Rajinikanth collaborating with Amitabh Bachchan in Talaivar 170. That's what the next project has been so far christened, and he's dropped the news on social media saying, reuniting with my mentor after 33 years. This comes a few days after the superstar kick-started shooting for his upcoming film. Ladies and gentlemen, we now set up debate number 1 on the right stand tonight, and it's the crackdown on unaccounted for, unregistered madrassas and the source of their funding across the state of Uttar Pradesh that's now taken a political turn.
सीधे तौर पर मदरसे को बंद करने का एक प्लान है। पहले सर्वे के नाम पर, उसके बाद टेरर फंडिंग के नाम पर डराया धमकाया गया।
The Education Department in Uttar Pradesh has served notices to all madrasas saying that those running without recognition be immediately shut down or they should pay a fine of 10,000 rupees per day. The notice by the UP government also says that madrasas that are recognized must make the relevant documents available to the department within 3 days. Some of the madrasas have been told that inspections have revealed that they are running without recognition and thus are liable to a fine of up to 1 lakh rupees besides the everyday fine. But why is the UP government has initiated this program, this crackdown against illegal madrasas? Well, here are some of the reasons. First reason, these madrasas were operating without registration, which actually violates the law. Reason number 2, lack of legitimate records of funding. Reason number 3, reluctance in sharing funding information. Reason number 4, few of the madrasas have not submitted relevant documents to the government. Most importantly, the kind of funding for about 4,000 madrasas, and we'll come to the numbers now. The total number of madrasas in Uttar Pradesh is about 24,000. So a big problem in Uttar Pradesh is that a lot of these madrasas, and they're not few in number, a survey by the government itself, the UP government itself has shown that there are 24,000 madrasas in the street. Out of these, recognized madrasas were 16,000. So what about the 8,441 unrecognized madrasas in Uttar Pradesh? The larger question is that is about the funding of over 4,000 of these madrasas which are currently under the lens. Where are they getting the money from? And that's why this crackdown. Is this money ill-begotten wealth? Is it coming via dubious sources of funding from abroad? Who are the entities backing these madrasas? What's happening in these madrasas? These are questions that are being asked, and that's why the crackdown. But has this crackdown been labelled a conspiracy?
Hello, Moto.
Let's go across to Anand Ranganathan, author and commentator on and Ratan Sharda. Author leans towards the RSS and he has keeps a keen eye on these kind of activities on ground, especially those which are in the garb of education, running perhaps what many call quote-unquote Gorakh Dhanda. Vivek Bansal of the Congress Party or Congress leader should also be joining us in just a bit. But Ratan Sharda ji, this is a concern that's been raised. If the SIT wants to investigate these madrasas, there are a lot of opposing voices. And we'll try and play out some of those voices. And they say that this is deliberately being done around election time.
Yes.
बगल के स्टेट्स में चुनाव है तो आपने ये हिंदू मुसलमान का एक बहाना ढूंढ लिया. ये मदरसे कुछ तो 30 साल से चल रहे हैं. देश हित देश सेवा में काम कर रहे हैं. Some of them have been functioning or operational even before independence. Why send them notices? Why this crackdown?
You are giving somebody's voice or should I speak?
Yes, go ahead please.
Okay. See, UP has been so-called controversially notorious in the words of Islamists, where Yogi doesn't think twice before taking action on illegal people, whether they are Hindus or Muslim, doesn't matter. He has demolished the homes of Hindus, Hindu mafia also and Muslim mafia also. For him, law and order is supreme. He has already done the complete survey of the madrasas, and 8,000 madrasas were found not registered. Why they were not registered, they have to answer. And a report it says that 20 crore rupees were received by these madrasas, and they have also got 2 people arrested for smuggling Bangladeshi citizens. And if you think of the number of Rohingyas who start from Myanmar or Bangladesh borders and come all the way into India, they come up to Jammu Kashmir, they go up to Ahmedabad, they go to Bangalore, Chennai, all of the places. Who gives them shelter? Who gives them the way? Who prepares ration card for them? Who prepares Aadhaar cards for them? These are the questions which will be raised when Mr. Yogi goes ahead and starts this investigation. Why should we always cry? 20,000 NGOs have already been barred from receiving foreign funds because they have not fulfilled the legal requirements. So you want foreign funds from all over the place, but you don't want to follow the law. There is no exception. Supreme Court may have exception for Hindu temples and madrasas and churches, but as far as we are concerned, there is no exception. Whether it's a Hindu organization or a Muslim organization, if you are having FCRA, either follow the rules or give it up. And they say we get support from Saudi Arabia. So in some debate, somebody was saying.
Yeah.
So can they tell us whether it came through FCRA? It came directly. Now any issue that you create will have these repercussions of minority, majority, victim card, and all that. So you will not follow the law of the land. Then you say there is victim card. Sorry, both can't go together.
But the larger question is also who is to blame for 4,000 of these unregistered madrasas operating? 8,441 madrasas are operating unregistered. Somebody allowed them to start functioning, right? Tab kya kar rahe?
An ex-police chief who was also governor of West Bengal gave a report about 20 years back that all the bordering areas of Bihar, UP and Bengal have got large number of new madrasas and mosques. They are there on nearly every possible crossing, every possible bridge. Nobody paid attention. In fact, he was criticized, called communal. But he was a policeman. He was not a communal bigot like us. He was a normal policeman who saw the security of the nation compromised. Where did his report go? We don't know. But there is this report.
There is also
so these are conduits. These are conduits for safe passage of illegal immigrants, and we must accept it. And also we are saying madrasa badi seva karte hain. Bhai sahab, देवबंदी का इतिहास निकाल लो, बरेलवी का इतिहास निकाल लो. सारे पाकिस्तान के दंगों में बरेलवी बड़े-बड़े सूफी थे, और जो सारे वेस्ट के अंदर सारा जो गया है पाकिस्तान बांग्लादेश में, all these radicals, they all come from Devbandis.
Right.
So Wahhabism's roots are lying in our own country. World over, we are to blame for the
but
terrorism.
That is a different argument altogether, Ratan Sharda.
No, but
here it is.
Madrasa run either by Barelis or Devbandis. Who is the third person?
But if the madrasas are registered, they have every right to run. Now, one of the arguments that's been kept, that's also been put forth by the Jamiyat Ulema-e-Hind. I'm bringing in Anand Ranganathan here. This is the argument that they are giving. They are saying that अतः उक्त मदरसे तत्काल बंद कर दिए जाएं, अन्यथा आप पर 10,000 रुपए प्रतिदिन हिसाब से जुर्माना लगाया जाएगा. ये नोटिस शिक्षा विभाग द्वारा निशुल्क एवं अनिवार्य बाल शिक्षा अधिनियम 2009 की धारा 18 के अधीन प्रेरित किए जा रहे हैं. So the Child Education Act of 2009, Section 18. But their counter argument is, जबकि निशुल्क एवं अनिवार्य बाल शिक्षा अधिनियम 2009 की संशोधित अधिनियम 2012 की धारा 2.5 में स्पष्ट उल्लेख किया गया है कि ये नियम मुस्लिम मदरसों और पाठशालाओं एवं धार्मिक संस्थानों पर लागू नहीं होता. So they are saying that the act that you are quoting, a subsection of that act, wide amendment in 2012 itself excludes madrasas. So why are you sending a notice to them, to us? That's the Jamiyat's defense. Anand Ranganathan.
Good evening, Anand. Look, finally in Yogi Adityanath, I think we have a Chief Minister who is taking steps towards true secularism and not the sham variety this country has been practicing on the back of our pseudo-secular constitution. To paraphrase George Orwell, in a time of universal minority appeasement, merely following a court order becomes a revolutionary act. These are court orders. Not only that, additionally, the Child Protection Agency has directed the state governments to audit all schools. That includes all religious schools as well. So this is the problem in this country. I have 4 points to make, and I will absolutely expose the nefarious agenda of the people who are opposing this. Number one, 8,000 madrassas are running illegally in UP. 4,000 madrassas are receiving funds from abroad, most of them without due paperwork. Number two, how can someone object to religious schools' income sources being audited? Are they a banana republic? And if the amount as claimed is in excess of 10,000 crores, half of it from secret sources, this is not just an educational and auditing issue, Anand. This is a national security issue. Number three, the state has no business running religious schools. Secularism means by definition total separation of religion and state. Total. Our constitution is plural, not secular. There are half a dozen articles and amendments and directive principles in our constitution that make it plural, not secular. In fact, the word secular was inserted in our preamble by Indira Gandhi during the emergency. It was absent from Ambedkar's constitution. And it is this pseudo-secularism that has allowed the state to control Hindu temples while at the same time dish out salaries to Maulvis and run madrasas. In fact, it astonishes me that UP is essentially running through imparting state grants as many as 560 madrasas whose primary job is to impart Islamic education and Sharia dictats. Number four, finally, Anand, let me quote here Assam CM Himanta Biswa Sarma. Quote, madrasa, the word itself, should cease to exist. Teach Quran at home for hours if you want. But at school, a child deserves to be taught science and math. In fact, for a child to be admitted to a madrasa is a violation of his human rights, unquote. I think it is high time Yogi replicated Himanta's model, which is 614 madrasas in Assam will now be converted into regular schools. So the pupils will have a choice to either continue there and receive non-religious education like other children or leave.
But we must also
join private madrasas, to which no one should have any objection. Anand, as practicing and imparting religious teachings is a constitutional right. Just 30 seconds if I may. This is a step towards promoting inclusivity among the minority community and should be welcomed by all. After all, if the children are being taught verses like do not marry your women to polytheist men unless they believe in Islam 2:21, or there is no deity except Allah 40:62, or those who deny the Quran, their necks will be shackled and they'll be dragged in boiling water 40:70. If the children are being taught all this, I hope you can see the irony that here are states accused of being a Hindu Rashtra by Muslims, teaching Muslims that Hindus are the worst of creatures and do not marry Hindus unless they convert. Finally, good luck with promoting inclusivity. I want to end with a quote here. Quote, madrasas are the hotbed of terrorism, unquote. You know who said this? No, not a Hindu, not a Hindutvawadi, but a Muslim, Parvez Musharraf.
All of these considered, Himanta Biswa Sarma Anand Ranganathan shut down not just the madrasas, but he also shut down all Hindu religious institutions also which were getting state funding. He stopped the state funding and he said, if you want to function, function on your own and let these modes of religious instruction be at your homes or perhaps at the temples wherever you are wanting to do it. So he was unequivocal in his position. A large part of people do not understand that it was not unilaterally aimed only at the madrasas.
Even that is what secularism is.
Correct. Even in Uttar Pradesh right now, the larger question is nobody is asking how are these madrasas able to generate and germinate and also try and proliferate. 4,000 madrasas is not a small number. I asked the same question of Ratan Sharda ji. Vinod Bansal ji from the Congress leader, he is having trouble joining us and connecting. So we are hoping he should connect with us. Yes, Vinod Bansal is with us. Vinod Bansal ji, thank you. Vivek Bansal ji, Vivek Bansal ji. Sorry. My bad. I apologize. Vivek Bansal ji.
No.
Vinod Bansal ji is a VHP leader. Vivek Bansal ji is a
Vivek
Congress.
Bansal is Congress
Vivek
leader.
Bansal ji is a Congress leader. Vinod Bansal ji is a VHP leader. Sorry.
Very small difference.
No, significant
difference is very wide.
Significant difference देखने वाले के ऊपर है from their perspective. But Vivek Bansal ji, let me ask you this. If there is an audit of what is unregistered and what is not, which madrasas are getting funding from abroad, and regularize them and to bring them under the system, what's wrong? Isn't it in the interest of the country and in the interest of the children who are going to these madrasas?
Yes. You see, till the time any state action is without discrimination and without any biases, I don't think in the interest of the children of those madrasas is good enough. But unfortunately, a perception has been created that the present regime is against the madrasa teaching or madrasa institutions or madrasas. So that has to be set right first. Our message should go across to madrasas who are running that we are going to very even-handedly with all those educational institutions, irrespective of caste or religion. So that there is need of the hour, basically. And if with these intentions and the perception is set right, I don't think there is any objection.
But Vivek ji, currently under the Yogi government, 16,000 madrasas, registered madrasas are already functioning. So if there was an agenda only against one particular community and their educational systems or institutions, then these 16,000 madrasas should also not be functioning. 16,000 registered madrasas are functioning in Uttar Pradesh. The question is, what are these 8,441 doing? They are unregistered. 4,000, nearly half of them, their source of funding is a doubt. Shouldn't that be a concern for all of us?
That is the main point. That funding from outside. It's not a question that madrasas are not giving me the number of madrasas. Definitely, the madrasas, these numbers are there. But somehow they feel these madrasas have a feeling, all the people who are running it, a sense of persecution is there. They are being looked down upon by the present day regime.
विवेक जी 4,000 मदरसे बिना रजिस्ट्री के फॉरेन फंडिंग से चल रहे हैं और उन पर एक्शन ले तो दे आर परसिक्यूटेड और are they being held accountable for violating the law?
Definitely, I said Anandji, but even a perception needs to be created that they are going to be even-handedly, and those who are unregistered, definitely, who says that they should not be registered?
That is exactly the whole exercise. The whole exercise, yeah, I tauba kyun mach rahi hai fir? Then you please ask those who are making a big deal out of this, saying that regularize.
Just one question.
Everybody has raised this question. Yes. We have to move on to the next debate, but yes, Ratan Sharda ji, yeah.
Mr. Bansal, what was the reason for making a minority exemption from our right to education? What was 93rd Amendment? Was it equitable law for Hindus and minorities? Can you explain it to me? You brought the amendment 93rd and you exempted all the minority issues. That was equitable in terms of law? Please tell me. Secondly, madrasa qualified can go for IS, go for any degree. A Shastri cannot. Was that not discrimination? Only 4% Muslims go to madrasa as per their own admission, the Muslim leaders' admission. Then why are there 24,000 madrasas? If there are only 4%, are they really suffering so much that they will go to 24,000 madrasas? What is the number of Muslims who go to madrasa? What is the youth going there? What do they learn? Only Urdu. But they can go to government jobs. Shastri cannot go to government job. All these are done under your benign secular government. Please tell me what is wrong with RTE. Why did you pass 93rd Amendment? Just give me one answer. We'll close the debate.
Vivek ji, please respond.
Yeah, sorry. I was. The voice was cracking. Would you repeat the question?
You repeat, Anand. You repeat, Anand.
Sir, amendment लाए आप Yani when the Congress party was in government or leading the government, that excluded all minority institutions. By the own admission and in records, the Muslim community in Bharat says only 4% of Muslims go to madrassas. So if only 4% of Muslims across the country go to madrassas, do we need 24,000 madrassas? Of which 8,441 of them are all illegal or unregistered, and their source of funding is dubious. And this is only in my, this is only...
First of all, these figures don't tell the entire story that 2% of the minority.
93rd Amendment.
I doubt the
93rd Amendment. Right to education. Simple. One question.
Sir, the simple question also needs to be asked of the current disposition which has been there for 9.5 years, if not more.
Yes.
And they have also allowed these, they have not also changed this 93rd Amendment. They